Hey, how's it going, everybody? So, I'm probably a little bit late to the party, but I got a Nintendo Switch. So I got the Nintendo Switch specifically because I saw the Diablo 3. Now I know they've had this out for a while, but I didn't hear about it. I I don't pay attention to a lot of the gaming news. But when I saw this, I was like, oh man, that's so awesome. I've been flying on a lot of planes lately and traveling a lot. And I was like, wow, I'll be able to play Diablo 3 on the plane or when I'm traveling and sitting in a car, maybe somebody else is driving or something like that, and play Diablo 3. So that's pretty awesome. I think if I would have had a Nintendo Switch when I was flying to some of the flights that I've been flying to, especially over to Asia, I mean, that's, some of those flights is like 24 hours. So I would have had a 24-hour gaming sessions. I probably would have slept a little bit too, but, yeah, that's pretty awesome. So I just wanted to show off my Switch, kind of talk about the experience with the Nintendo Switch and the experience playing Diablo 3 on the Nintendo Switch. So here's the box. I don't know if anybody's seen it. It's pretty cool. You got some pretty cool art on the back. I'm going to keep the box because I kind of like it. Diablo 3, I actually like Diablo 3. I think it's really good. I wish they were adding more stuff to it because I always liked it. I thought it was pretty awesome. I think at the beginning, maybe they didn't have enough balance in some of the things that they did, and it kind of made some of the other class choices irrelevant unless you wanted to play, lower level rifts or whatever. But yeah, so I think Diablo 3 is pretty awesome. I started playing Diablo 2. I never played Diablo 1, although I've seen videos of people playing. It looks pretty awesome. But I started with Diablo 2, and I made a lot of friends in that game. I played, after school, came home, played Diablo 2. It was awesome. So I got Diablo 3, and I'm not disappointed. I just wish that, either they make a Diablo 4 or they add another expansion, add some more items and classes and more campaigns and stuff. They started doing seasons, but the seasons they're kind of fun. Give you a reason to progress with your Paragon levels. Once you progress with your Paragon levels, then it kind of makes it easier to do other things with your classes that maybe you wouldn't do. Yeah. So I think I played Barbarian quite a bit, and when I play Barbarian, there's Whirlwind Barbarian, there's Charge Barbarian, and Hammer of the Ancients Barbarian, and those were the three main Barbarian play styles that you could have. Well, now it seems like I don't know when this happened because, again, I'm not super technical and writing this stuff down, or I don't got it locked in my memory or anything, but now you can do a Frenzy Barbarian. Maybe it's a new item they added where you can stack up to 10 frenzies, and I just played that on the challenge rift, on one of the challenge rifts that they had. Man, you just just swinging your swords like crazy, just chopping through crowds, and that was pretty cool. And I got another class that I'm not sure if this is something that somebody's done before or not, but it's new to me, and it's kind of like a leap avalanche slash seismic slam barbarian. And I just started playing it kind of randomly, kind of fell into it with the game because it was the best skills that I had at the time when I didn't have any items. And I just kept on playing it and kind of perfecting it a little bit. But when I used the loot socks, with the avalanche to freeze, and then also the seismic slam to freeze. Man, I freeze everything and just can chop them down really slowly. I'll put a video up of me playing the bar. But unfortunately, I don't have that build is actually on my Switch, which I don't have HDMI capture card or anything like that, so I can't show you gameplay from my Switch, I don't think. Maybe I can. I'll look into it. But anyway, yeah, they added that for the Barbarian, so that was really cool. So in this package, I got this really nifty case. You know, it says Blizzard on the other side. Has kind of like a Diablo logo on there. You can kind of see it. There you go. And then inside, it's got like a little pouch to hold your cartridges, and then maybe also hold the Switch up too. Yeah, hold the Switch up. That's cool. So, yeah, I actually started looking at some of the games on the Switch, and some of the games are, you know, actually pretty cool. If I just go through, I'll go through some of my wish list items, because I haven't bought any yet, because I was kind of looking into, you know, on the store you can buy them instantly and you can download them. I have like a 400 gigabyte SD card on this thing, and you know, I could download the games, but one of the things that kind of sucks about downloading games is I just kind of thought about, especially with the Nintendo Switch, is you can't resell them. I mean, unless you want to sell your Switch account too, so, or your Nintendo account, Nintendo Online or whatever it is. But I mean, another game that's super awesome that, to be honest, I haven't really played much, but I really wanted to, but at the time I was, you know, working on Linux and stuff, so I just didn't have the time to do it, is Doom. So they actually have Doom for the Switch. So that's awesome. Again, you know, Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Odyssey. I always like Mario games, so I mean, that's a given. You're gonna want to get that game. And then The Legend of Zelda. I remember playing Zelda on the regular Nintendo. I'm not sure if you call it regular Nintendo. That's what we called it when we were kids. After new Nintendos came out. But then Nintendo 64. So I think it was like Orca of Time or something like that. I didn't really play the regular Nintendo Zelda that much, but my parents did actually, because I had pretty young parents. And they like made like their own hand-drawn maps for that, so that was kind of cool. But on Nintendo 64, I played that, and I had a lot of fun. I just like the style, the theming, the sounds and stuff like that. It was just fun. It was just a fun game. You know, you didn't have to worry about. Yeah, it's real casual, kind of fun, casual game. And you know, another game that seemed really awesome that I never saw before is Mutant Football League, and I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna try to get some video on some of this stuff. I mean, there's a bunch of them. Some Immortal Redneck, some South Park games. Let me see. There's a bunch that I'm going through, but there's Pokemon. I didn't really play Pokemon a lot because when I was growing up, I had a paper route, and so I had like actual money to spend, so I bought the Pokemon cards. I didn't really have a Pokemon Game Boy, but I did play on a friend's Game Boy, and it was addicting. It was a lot of fun. So I mean, maybe on the Switch it's not the same, but I'll look into it. If I have some extra cash, I'll buy one of the cartridges or whatever and do that. They have Wolfenstein, Dragon Ball Fighters, which when I was a kid I liked to watch Dragon Ball after school. It was pretty fun. And they have a farming game, which I kind of like because I liked plant stuff, and I just wanted to see what it was like. Another one that was kind of like, I I wish they brought Lara Croft to the Switch, because I actually like playing the Lara Croft games. But they have another game that's kind of similar to that called Secret Files Tunguska. So to me, I watched the trailer, whatever you call it, and yeah, it looked fun. They have a car mechanic simulator game. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, and the Resident Evil. They have a bunch of Resident Evil games, which, you know, I always love playing the Resident Evil games. But yeah, super awesome. Super glad I got it. It was actually a gift. It's like I got it for a present. But I mean, how awesome is this? I mean, look at this. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. As I'm saying how awesome this is. Oh, it takes forever. Okay. There you go. You know, normally I have this set up in a dock, which, oh yeah, I also got a dock with this, and it has like Diablo on one side and then like Tyrael or one of the angels or whatever on there. So that was really cool. So how awesome is this? Diablo on mobile. You can play it anywhere. You know? To me, that's awesome. Now, I already bought the game. It was kind of a disappointment that I couldn't just like jump on, play my PC characters, or play it on the Switch. I think I hate that so much. Like, that's the worst part. The worst part is I've got a lot of progress on my PC account, and it doesn't come with me on the go, you know? And that's such a bummer, because now it's kind of, oh, which one do I play? Do I play on my PC or do I play on my Switch, you know? So, I mean, I think my plan was to just have like a specific play style on the Switch, and then have another play style on my PC, so that, you know, I have a reason to do both. Even though, you know, honestly, just playing on the Switch is good enough for me. I can hook this on the dock, and then I can lay in bed, you know, and play. So that's pretty awesome. It's actually stopped me from having, you know, long nights gaming and stuff. Instead I'll just play for, you know, after dinner for a half an hour, and then I'll fall asleep. So a little bit more healthy of a lifestyle for me. I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but yeah, I'll stay up super late playing games sometimes. At least less of a problem now that I've gotten a little bit older, but yeah. So it's loading up now. So it doesn't take too long to load up. The UI is different. It's a lot different in the game. So, and the buttons are different. I've used PlayStation and Xbox, and it's kind of like this. The button configuration is like similar in the PlayStation, Xbox. So if you're pressing back or, you know, whatever, it's still the same button position. But the Nintendo, it's different. So here's the UI, and as you can see there, you use one of the joysticks, right? And then it goes around, and you kind of get good at it, you know, getting it to where you want it to go or whatever. But it's not the easiest thing in the world to control. That's one small downside. You know, versus the PC, you have less control. You also can't see all of your items all at once. You have to like scroll through them to see what you have equipped, which, I mean, I kind of remember, so it's not that big of a deal, but I don't know, it's kind of nice to be able to see it. And all the skills, the Paragon levels, your follower, They all have the inventory. When you're purchasing things, you're going to, you know, the blacksmith or the gem store, or whatever you want to call it. It has all that the same circular menu, so that's really cool. What else? The quality of the game, even when I'm playing on, I have like a 4K TV, and I know it's not 4K. It's like, you know, 900p is what I heard, but it looks pretty good when I have it docked. It actually looks lower quality on the screen than when I have it docked. So I don't know. That's pretty cool.
Still recharging.
Saves battery, I guess. Saves a lot of things, but I mean, this is just so much fun, man. I love it. So I'm not really sure what else I could talk about with this. Most of the items, they seem the same. The game, for the most part, seems the same. The season I'm in right now, they have the Ring of Royal Grandeur, which makes it so you can have one less set item, which kind of opens up a new possibility, and you can also have the ring and, you know, different stuff like that. One of the only things that, there's one more thing I guess I can say. One of the things that's kind of a bummer in comparison with you know, the PC, the computer, or whatever, is you can't talk to people. Like, you just can't talk to people. There's no way to talk to people. You can't boot somebody from your game. So like, if I start a game and I'm doing bounties, and then there's somebody that comes into the game, and they're just sitting there, and I have, like, you know, there's 3 guys doing bounties and one guy's just leeching. You can't do anything. You just have to either, you can shut the game down by making it local, making it a local game, or just, you know, you can quit the game if you're the host, and then the host will migrate to somebody else. And sometimes, you know, it saves the progress and everything's the same, but sometimes I've noticed that, you know, I'll arrive in town and none of my position's not saved. So there's a little bit of weirdness in that. So I mean, I imagine they had to do some changes to align with maybe Nintendo's requirements for play or whatever. And, you know, some people, they don't like talking to other people when they play games, or they don't like talking to people because if they talk to somebody, then, you know, they're going to be seen as, well, some people like to argue, right? And other people hate arguing, and if you disagree with them, they get really upset. So, I mean, there's whole videos on it. I'm sure you guys have seen trolling videos of people going, you know, spaz mode or whatever. I mean, that's, for me, in my gaming experience, that was one of the things that I personally loved. I made friends in Diablo 2, and I talked with them for, you know, a really long time. And then that was taken away in Diablo 3 for the Switch. To me, that seems kind of like not really what it's about. That seems like, you know, you're supposed to be able to talk to people. Now, maybe I just haven't looked in a menu or something that I'm supposed to look at, but I can't see a way to talk to anybody in this. And I mean, I've added a couple people as friends on the Switch, and I still can't see a way to send them a message. So it's like, you know, maybe this is just really locked down for children, which, you know, for parents, that's probably, you know, a really good idea, because then kids aren't going to get in trouble. But most kids nowadays have cell phones. They have the easy access to the internet, Facebook. I mean, so many different ways to communicate. I don't think you're really doing anything, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just thought that was a bummer, because when I was a kid, I talked to random people online, but I was smart enough to know, well, don't give them your address, don't give them your phone number, you know, all those types of things. But these days, I don't know. Maybe things have changed. I'm not too deep in all that stuff, so I just thought it was disappointing. And another thing that's, you know, kind of a bummer, that's a lot different when you're playing on the PC, or maybe I haven't noticed it, but when you go to a game and then you leave a game or something like that, it doesn't have to. If you're the host, it doesn't have to migrate. You play the game and then you leave. You come back in a game, and there's so much more games. It's faster. You can see some of the people that you were last playing with, and you can just jump into their game. Like maybe they're not your friend, but you enjoyed playing with them, and you just want to jump in another game because there's, you know, somebody who's just leeching, you know, but you can't really jump in their game. So there's a few things that are a little bit, you know, not as good on the computer. Obviously, I mean, you got so many more buttons, so much more horsepower or whatever. So, I mean, that makes sense. The main thing I got it for was to play on the road, traveling and stuff like that, and you can do that. So, I don't really want to make this a big rant, but I mean, it also has. Let me show you. See that there? It's got Hulu, YouTube, and Nintendo. The old entertainment, like regular Nintendo, like what I was talking about. And yeah, I haven't really used the regular Nintendo stuff too much yet, but it's kind of neat to be able to play it. I played I think like Mario. I played one of the Mario games. I've used the YouTube app on this a bunch of times. It works pretty good. I like it. The Hulu app, it works pretty good too. I wish I had Amazon Prime. I personally have an Amazon Prime account. I buy my videos on Amazon, and I also download like shows and stuff from Amazon so that I can watch videos on the plane. And the fact that this doesn't have it, that is a bummer. So, you know, maybe they'll add it in the future, something like that. If not, it's not a total loss because I do have a phone, and I can just download it on my phone and I can watch it on my phone. I mean, my phone's not as big a screen as this, but you know, it's all good. We'll make it through. But anyway, I think this is awesome. If you guys play on the Switch, please let me know. If you play Diablo 3 on the Switch, let me know. We can be friends. I want to play Diablo 3 with you. Yeah, hit me up. If you guys have any recommendations for games, you know, let me know. I'm gonna try to post some gameplay either from the Switch or with this build, because I think this build's awesome, and I want to see if I can improve it, or maybe somebody else has already done the work to improve it, or maybe you want to try it out. So anyway, hit me up. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.